What's up, Red Dogs? How we doing? Happy Friday. Coach Gates tutorial today. Want to talk to you guys about beginning to think about getting back on the mound. Now, I know with the news yesterday that we're stuck at home until May 15th, it seems like a long way away. But when you look at the Driveline program, one of the things that's cool about it is after, I believe, a 4-week velocity program, we're going to be able to change up the program a bit to a mound blending phase. And that's what I want to start thinking about a little bit. Now, today, I believe on your workout calendar, it says it's a velocity day. And so let's think about what that means. First of all, on a velocity day, you're just throwing hard. Get your arm good and loose. You're not thinking too much about pitching and command and throwing strikes and spinning the ball. It's a velocity day. Follow their instructions in the intro video, but you want to wind up throwing hard, stretching the arm out a little bit. Moving ahead, tomorrow's a recovery day. I believe Sunday, your workout is a hybrid B flat ground day. And what that means, you know, after you do your plyo work and you do some of the throwing drills, they recommend a long toss. I think their long toss is like 5 throws with each weight, totaling 25 throws. Because they're calling it a hybrid flat ground day, I'm going to recommend on those hybrid flat ground days once a week, you start working in a flat ground bullpen instead. For those flat ground bullpens, it's not a velocity day, all right? Today is a velocity day, Friday, and your pull down day is a velocity day. On the hybrid day, you're going to focus more on command. So one of the things that I've done here, my page keeps blowing open, I apologize. Let me grab a rock so that it doesn't. Got notes. One of the things I want you guys to think about on the hybrid flat ground day is wearing your glove. If you've been doing that all along, that's awesome. But a lot of guys tend to just throw plyos without a glove. You know, putting that glove on makes you think a little bit more about pitching. The other thing that you'll notice as I step out of the screen here, I have an L screen, all right, which kind of simulates the nets that I know a lot of you guys are throwing into. And we built the plyo wall last week. And so when I'm using the rubber-filled plyo balls, we're throwing them against the plyo wall. A lot of you guys are throwing baseballs that are waterlogged into a net, like an L screen or your hitting net. For these hybrid days, mark off a spot on your net to think about command. Now, one of the key things about throwing plyos into a net or against the wall, you don't want to throw the ball down right in front of you. All right, so I'll show you an example of that. If I'm not repeating the right release point when I'm throwing into a net or against the wall, my plyo throws are going to hit down low on the wall. If you think about that throw from a pitcher's mound, that would have been a ground ball, right? So one way to fix this, to think about this, is go up close to the net that you're throwing into and think about where your release point would be, all right? I put that blue X on the plyo wall thinking about where my release point would be. Now when I'm doing a command day, I'm going to think about where the ball is going. If I'm about, 5-10 feet away from my plyo wall, my throws should hit that release point. My throws should not hit the wall down here. My throws should hit the wall up here. You don't want to pull through your throws too much. If you were throwing to a partner, obviously you wouldn't be releasing the ball down low, hitting the wall down low. So to demonstrate, I'm doing my plyo drills. I'm hitting that blue X, thinking about repeating that release point. Another thing that you can do on the hybrid day is pitch grips. All right, so all of you have either a second or third pitch that you want to work on. If you're using regular baseballs, even if they're waterlogged, start throwing that pitch that you want to work on the hybrid command days. Maybe it's your 2-seam fastball, maybe it's your changeup, maybe it's your curveball. Throwing programs don't necessarily require just fastballs and just throwing hard. A hybrid day, a command day, you can focus on something else besides throwing the ball as hard as you can. If you're using the softer rubber plyos, that's a little bit harder, all right? You guys that are using baseballs, throwing into a net, you can do the same thing. Now for you guys with a net, it's the same principle. It's the same philosophy. I have my L screen. I have the high side towards my arm. You guys hitting into a hitting net have the bigger net to begin with, so that's awesome. Get up close to your hitting net. Think about where your release point's going to be and try to repeat that release point, all right, so that you're throwing a ball that would carry through the catcher. You don't want to cut those throws off. And I've noticed it with Garrett when we've had the chance to go to a field and he pitches, he throws a lot of those weird little sliders and misses me badly. And I think it's because of the plyo throws, not thinking about where the ball's going as often as he should be. Last but not least, throwing bullpens. As we get into May, your workout will change from a velocity workout to a mound blending workout. Pitchers especially, try to think about a way that you can throw more of a real bullpen, all right? For me, in this cage here, we only have like 30 feet, so we're not throwing a real bullpen in this cage. But if we go up to the school or something like that, I can go 60 feet apart with Garrett and let him throw more of a real bullpen. For the mound blending phase, I'm going to show you guys one little last trick. Something that we are doing here in our cage. Where is it? Let me zoom out. I started to try to build a little bit of a pitcher's rubber, all right? It's not very high. It's a little piece of wood that was already painted white. But that way for, you know, a hybrid day, even some of the velocity days, it gives us an opportunity to back up a little bit further away from the net or the wall. And instead of long toss out of field, you know, you can finish up your hybrid day. And that is, what's today? I don't even know. Today's Friday. Today's a velocity day. Saturday's a recovery day. Sunday is your hybrid day. Maybe find a spot that could be your mound for the little flat ground. And the way that would work for Sunday's hybrid day, do all your warm-up work, do your reverse throws, do your pivot picks, do your rocker drill, do your walking windups, and instead of finishing with long toss, finish on your mound and throw a little bullpen. Maybe 20, 25 pitches. Think about pitch grips, spin. You guys that have big backyards, I don't have a big backyard. You guys that have big backyards, find a spot where you have 60 feet, put the net 60 feet away, and dig in a little rubber. Find a little piece of wood. Maybe you even have a orange rubber, pitcher's rubber. Stake it in with a nail. If not, find a rock, find a stick, measure out 60 feet, and on your hybrid days, you can start thinking about throwing off the mound. All right, hopefully this helps. You know, listen, May 15th is the next cutoff date. I'm going to try to think positively that we still have a shot the next weekend of being at Baseball Heaven for our first tournament of the year, the Memorial Day tournament. You know, if New York State reopens, one thing we have going for us is I know businesses like Baseball Heaven want to get customers back. So fingers crossed, if that Baseball Heaven Memorial Day tournament doesn't happen, we will reschedule it to the first available tournament. And we'll be back out on the field end of May, early June. That's why these driveline workouts are so important. It's a little secret hidden opportunity. We've got a focused program. We have the means to throw now. If anybody is thinking about ideas for a temporary mound or backstop, send me the ideas. I can help you. You know, here we've been as creative as we can with the plyo wall and this cheesy little mound, but every little bit helps, and that way you can get your work in. If you have the opportunity to go to an open field, maybe you have someone that'll catch for you, that's even better. You could throw a 25 pitch regular bullpen at an open field as well. Send me videos today. You got velocity day, you got a full workout. Hope everybody's doing well. Another reminder, if you're still watching, that's awesome. I'm going to have to send this out in a text message. This afternoon, Coach Mark from the Red Dogs has the mental training coach live Zoom meeting. So I look forward to seeing you guys on that. Till our next tutorial, Everybody have a great weekend. Adios.